this is the second session, probably on how to write an RPA resume. In the first session, we mostly covered, or the time was sufficient only to cover what are the certifications that we need and what are the roles and how good we need to keep those certifications with respect to academy, how where we need to get them. So that's what we have checked on. If you haven't checked it, link will be posted later. Please go ahead and check. So this will be continuation of the previous session. Well, my name is Vajrang and I am current UiPath MVP for the year 2023. And I do have my own organization called vajrang.org. If you want to go ahead and check, please go ahead and check in vajrang.org, vajrang.org. And I do kind of meetups as well as events like this to be like define and give out information regarding RPA as well as my knowledge on RPA. I would like to spend time with people like you to share enough knowledge so that when I started my career journey, I was not able to get enough information from the market. Now there is already enough information that I know that I can share. I'm going to do it. So that's why I am doing such events. And thank you so much for joining, everyone. So we'll do some quick calculation and we'll try to find out if you are ready for an interview. That's the quick calculation that we are going to do. So if you're seeing, we already discussed on what are the dev roles, what are the functional roles, and what are the details. And from today, we are going to check on preparing your resume, how to prepare your resume, on what are the best practices we need to do to prepare your resume. So that's the major important concept that we are going to cover today. So these are the topics that we need to consider while we are going for an interview. And next to each topic, you will just write what is the score. There are no 0.1, 1 or 2. Whatever the points that you have, you just need to mention. If it is 2, then mention 2. Or if you're not working on it, then mention it as 0. Okay. Resume, if you have completed your resume or if you think that your resume is ready, add 2 points. If not, keep 0. Okay. If you have completed basic certification, keep 2 points, else 0. No, don't keep half completed. Like, okay, I have completed half of the certification, so I will add 1 point. Don't add like. Okay. If you have completed academy advanced diploma certification, keep 2, else 0. If you know how to do GitHub or any kind of repo management, you know it completely and you worked on it, add 2 points, else 0. If you know document understanding with UiPath and if you have worked on it, add 1, else 0. If you have UiPath AA Center experience, add 1, else 0. If you have already created a PDD and you know how to do a task capture and PDD creation, and you know how to answer that, add 2, else 0. If you have already deployed some solutions into organization orchestrator or some kind of different orchestrator, in case you can tell that that's not your own orchestrator, that your community version is using now. So if you have deployed a solution, add 2, else 0. If you have completed at least 2 projects in RE framework, add 10 points, which is very important for an interview, else 0. You should not add 5 or 6. Don't add them. 10 or 0. If you know any additional programming languages, like I know Python, I know C#, I know .NET, I know Java, any programming language, at least one if you know perfectly, add 2 points, else 0. If you have monitored the bots after you deployed, you know what are the issues that can occur and you know how to do production support. If you know all these activities, then go ahead and add 2 points, else 0. If you know how to write link queries and regex expressions, add 2 points, else 0. If you have already worked on database activities, or if you have already worked on any kind of data related activities, connecting to databases, connecting to SQL or Oracle, any kind of databases. If you know those, or if you have already worked on database activities or like in your organization, like doing some querying, everything, add to L0. If you know how to make API integrations, I can call APIs, I know what are the authentication methods, I know different ways of connecting an APIs. Okay, add to L0. If you know SAP automation, or if you have already worked on Citrix image-based automation or SAP automation or anything related to CV, computer vision, add 5. This also comes with terminal activities. If you already have terminal activities, even them, add 5, L0. If you know how to work with UiPath forum, you know you have already registered on it, you're continuously checking on all the posts, and you are getting some information on the details, add 1. Okay, so these are the topics and these are the points that we must consider. Now, everyone, go ahead and count what is the total of everything that you have added right now. Okay, now go ahead and post it in the chat. Let's see what is your score. Okay, so this is important for you to kind of understand where are you right now and where you should proceed in next 60 to 90 days. So keep 30 days, 60 day and 90-day period. On every 30 days, do the score on yourself. If you have mentioned something as 0, spend next 30 days on those topics. Okay. And after 30 days, do a scoring again. And after 60 days, do a scoring again. And after 90 days, do a scoring again. So if you are planning to get a job, keep a 90-day period as your RPA journey or RPA exposure experience that you need to have. This 90-day period is at most important. Maybe you can target, this is July, August, September, and October. By the end of this year, you need to be placed in a RPA job. Maybe earlier, maybe within a month or 30 days. That's enough. Now, important breakpoints here. Okay. If you got anything less than 25, you are not ready for interviews. Either you are lacking in the major activities, like you are lacking in the basics, certifications, or you don't know RE framework, major contender. That's what you are missing, and you are not ready for the job interviews. Even if you go for interviews, you will not be able to crack them. At least that's what my understanding is. If you are able to crack it, well and good. I'm okay with it. But on a major scale, if you are anywhere less than 25, you are not ready for the interviews. Anywhere, if you are between 25 to 31 or 30, keep it as 25 to 30. You are ready for 0 to 6 months of experience interviews, not higher than that. Okay. If you want to go for interviews and if you want to crack interviews, you need to go for fresher level interviews. And if you are telling that I'm already experienced, I cannot go for a fresher level resume, then you are not ready for the interview again. Okay. If you are above 31, you are ready for the interviews, but you don't know the use cases or you haven't attended much interviews or many interviews, and you are not able to crack them efficiently. If you are above 31 or 30, you are attending some interviews or you have attended at least one interview, but somewhere you are feeling that you are lacking that understanding of how to get a better salary or good salary, and you don't know, you need some guidance. So these are the 3 breakpoints that you must understand and identify. I hope this comes well for you. Go ahead and check out anything above or exactly 30. You are ready for the interviews. You can go ahead and attend the interviews. Out of 10, you may be able to crack 5 or 4. You may need to increase the count of successful interviews. For example, I'm able to create the first round. and I am failing in the technical round or the machine level round or coding level round. So if you are in this scenario, you will be above 31. So, okay. So that is what you will have when you are going for interviews. So don't attend for any interviews. You're not ready yet if you are less than 25% or 25 points. Okay. So that is the basic information with respect to preparing how well you are ready for an interview. Now, the major target for us for this today's topic is how to create your resume. Okay. So the 2 points which is utmost important, these are what I normally see in a resume. Trust me, most of you might have already done this. To what I generally see in all the resumes, these are what we will have. Career objective, projects, technologies, current role and industry, organizations, achievement, certificate, photo, media links, and hobbies. So next half an hour, we are going to discuss in detail about, again, remember, this is how to prepare your resume only. Okay. Now, how many of you think that people normally read career objective and hobbies? So these are the things that we have in each and every resume. And let's say that we need to prepare a 2-page resume, and 30% of the 2-page resume will be occupied by career objective and hobbies, which are not necessary and not needed because people will not read. How hard you may try. There can be something like if I'm a fresher, I need to fill out the information, then keep them. If not, not required. Okay. And even in hobbies, watching TV, playing cricket doesn't comes into a technical interview hobbies. If you really want to keep them, tell them that I solve problems of UiPath forum when I'm free. That's kind of a hobby. Okay. I participate in hackathons. That's kind of a hobby. Remember in this perspective. Now, I am an interviewer. I need to be impressed with your resume. You cannot keep everything that you like. You need to keep things that an interviewer likes. Interviewer should be impressed with your resume. It's not you. First, you need to be impressed with by yourself. That's absolutely fine. But at the end goal, someone else must be impressed with your resume. Someone must agree that this is the person that I need to make an interview call with. And I find that this resume is good enough. If this is not something that I find in this resume, I will just reject that resume right away. If I don't find that enough keywords or enough information, I will reject that resume right away. The main reason is I don't find enough information that I need to talk with that particular person. Okay. Go into the shoes of an interviewer and write a resume for an interviewer to read. Now, career objective, what, of course, everyone are going to be as an established player, or you need to get some great career, or you need to showcase your skills, that everyone know. Do you really need to keep it? I don't prefer, because if I remove that, I can have some extra space where if I really have some technical knowledge where I can fit in within 2-page resume. Going more than 2-page is not mandatory, is not necessary. If you really want to keep an 8-page resume or 10-page resume, we can keep it, but people will not be able to read that lengthy resume if you really want to keep. Okay, until and unless there is a very big achievement, like I got a Nobel Prize for what I have done, and I need to define each and everything about it, no need to keep. Okay, now these are the other details that we need to check with. Social media links, don't give your Instagram, Facebook links. Okay, mention LinkedIn if you are very active on it, and mention UiPath forum if you are very active on it. If you go to UiPath forum and if you search my name Vajrang, you will be able to see where am I active and since past how many years I am working with the UiPath. See, even this kind of filtering that I will do, most of the people also will do. Now, if you say that you are already working with some 5 years of experience in UiPath, do you think that you will not have a UiPath forum link? On the day one you logged into UiPath community, you will be having a UiPath forum link. Okay, you might be posting something on it, doesn't matter, but we will be able to see since when you are active. And if you are saying that I am working for the past 5 years, but I don't have UiPath forum link, then that's a red flag. Okay, so mention things that are important, something that is LinkedIn. And I'm talking about RPA specifically with UiPath. If you want to mention anything about Automation Anywhere and Blue Prism, check if they have anything on this forum based concept and social connect form based concept, and then add those links. Okay, now in this photo I have seen people keeping some flashy backgrounds with some t-shirts and shirts with some gold, exclusive gold on it. Keep a professional photo if required. One more way, people how they will recognize, this is one of the way how people will recognize the persons they are interviewing with, because once they see their photo they will actually match with your video. If I keep my photo and try to keep it at your like less than 6 months or less than 1 year photo, don't keep your 10th class or inter photo. That doesn't make any sense. Now adding certifications are utmost important. Now when you are coming with certifications, if you have paid certifications, well and good. If you don't have paid certifications, academic certifications will do good enough. It's better than having nothing in your resume. Okay, keep all the academic certifications or the highest academic certification that you have achieved. Academic certifications that you can target are, if you are senior developer, okay, go for automation developer continuous learning. This is important. And if you are a lead, you can go for RPA solution architect. And if you can also go with RPA implementation manager foundation and RPA business analyst foundation. So these are the highest level of certifications that you can keep in your resume. Adding this RPA starter and RPA foundation is okay for a fresher, not anyone at above the level of fresher. And even people are expecting you to complete advanced certifications, if though you are going as a fresher. So just check on it, what you need to keep. So target advanced certifications, okay, and academic certifications also. One more important thing, a fresher will not be able to complete advanced level paid certification. They will be working only on the academic certifications. Even me, I got my paid certification only last year, but I'm working in this industry for the past 8 years or 9 years, close to 9 years. So remember that paid certifications are not mandatory, and people will see and ask questions based on your technical expertise that you place in your resume, not based on your certification. There are some criteria and there are some organizations who are filtering out people only based on certifications. Like, okay, I have enough money. If I'm already certified, if I'm currently earning 8 lakhs, I will go for a 16 lakhs package. I will not go for a 10 to 12 lakhs package. So companies have enough money or enough budget and they want only paid certified people. They will try to filter out, but out of 100 there will be 1 or 2 companies, or at least 10 companies. You have 90 other percent of the companies that you can target if there are companies which are filtering out based on the certification. Now achievements can be anything that is related to your work, or anything that is related to like even publishing a custom package in UiPath marketplace, any hackathons one, or any kind of appreciation that you got, appreciation, and what is the reason. So you should be able to explain. Okay, now organizations are important because, again, this will help me to identify if you have some kind of MNC expertise, or my questions also will be based on that. People who are in MNC often tend to get or understood that they don't know, other than their technical expertise, they don't know other fields. For example, if I'm a developer, in one of the MNC, I will not be given access for maintenance or administration of an orchestrator. That will not be given to me. In the interview also, they will be okay with some scenario like that. So mention important organizations. If you're working from 1 to 2 months in one organization, and if you're skipping that part, don't add that in your profile. For some reason, they have removed you or you left the organization, don't add anything that is less than 2 to 3 months of experience in your resume. You can say that I am looking for a job and that is the reason I have gap, or I need to travel and that is the reason I need to take this gap. That's enough, fair enough. Okay. Don't keep anything less than 2 months. It doesn't seem to be too good. Okay. And also mention organizations and duration. How many years did you work on it? What is your core role and industry? Did you work as a developer, lead, or manager? Or don't mention as a fresher. Say start with the developer role, because even if you go as a fresher, there is no technical role as a fresher. There will be technical role as senior developer, junior developer, or associate developer. Go with that. And with respect to technologies and also industry is at most important, because if some organization is looking for someone with technical exposure as well as healthcare professionals, or they know about healthcare industry, so such kind of roles will go to someone like BA or managers, where they need to know one niche skill on how to implement, as well as they need to know the industry. If you ask me, I am not good with any industry. I am technical expert. I am good with technology. I am not good with health industry. I'm not good with insurance industry. I'm also not good with any kind of hospitality industry, where majority of my automations go. Because when I'm checking with an automation, I will be considering what is my requirement and how to implement it, what is my end goal. So that will be my focus area as a technical expert. But business managers need to talk with customers and clients. They will talk a lot of nuances about industry level words. So if you are not able to talk to them, then consider yourself as a technology expert, not as a business expert. But if you are a business, if you are working on a business roles, you need to know and understand the industry as well. At least you need to understand how the industry will work. If you are working in an insurance industry, you need to know how an insurance is made, and even before insurance is made, what are the other activities that will happen. So these are important for you. Okay. Now, very important detail here, technologies. So people often write Windows computer, Windows programming or Windows OS, like Windows 10, Windows 11. So don't write this, don't waste your space. If you really know something like Unix or Linux, which is kind of unique for this profile, and you know how to maintain them and how to work with them, so mention them. And mention .NET, because UiPath and all the major platforms works on .NET. You need to know C Sharp, VB, .NET. You need to know SQL Server. You need to know Git. You need to know about DevOps. Okay. And these are the keywords. Now, people, when they search, they will search for these. And you also need to know what is Jira, and or else you also need to know what is VSTS. Okay. These are the keywords that normally I see in a profile of a UiPath resume. .NET, because UiPath is majorly working on .NET. SQL, if I need to work on anything on the SQL details or databases. APIs, API level information. So these are important. Okay. Now in projects, don't mention 100 different projects. Mention 3 projects, last 3 projects, and also mention their duration. Something that you must remember in a project, when you are mentioning project, this is where most of the red flags I can see. I would like to explain a simple concept on this. There is something called sizing of a project, which is small, medium, large, X large. Okay. So let's assume that in the beginning, profile summary is something that I meant that I also see. Profile summary, like how many total experience that I have in that, how many years of profile summary. Okay. So if you are asked, or if you are telling that you have 2 years of experience or 3 years of experience with UiPath, what do you think, how many projects you can keep in your profile? For a 3 years of experienced person, how many projects can you keep in your resume? I'm talking about the count, not the project descriptions that we keep. Let's say that how many projects you have developed so far within your 3 years period. Okay, let's have a realistic understanding of what is the sizing. This is important. Now, a small project is something that is having a timeline of 1 month. A medium project is something that's having a timeline of 2 months. A large project is having at most the timeline of 3 months. Mostly we will not pick large projects. And X large projects, anything above large, above 3 months. In organizations, RPA is used to identify a quick wins. For example, I cannot take a project that have a development time of 6 months, because within these 6 months, nothing will remain, everything will change. The requirements might change, the input format might change, the complete process might be changed. Okay. In RPA, people always see for quick wins and quick fixes, and for a longer time solution. Okay. I cannot say that, okay, I will create an app and that app I will take 6 months to develop. In the same way, you cannot say that an RPA project you will take some 6 months. Every project must be small to medium and large. Okay. And if you are working on small project for 1 month, for a 36 months or 3 year period, you should be completing how many? At a max 36. Every month you need to complete one project. So at a minimum, you need to add 30 projects in your resume. Okay. Medium projects, how many? Divided by 2, 18. Large, how many? 12. So this is the maximum number projects you can keep. Now, in every profession or in every career, you cannot do only large projects, you cannot do only small projects, and you cannot do only medium projects for an extended period of time. Is it correct? Okay. Understanding that, and also remember, when you're developing, there is also something called maintenance period, and there will be something called bug fixing. There will be something called improvements for the single project. Okay. So in this way, if you consider, you can keep for a month, you can keep one large project, two medium project, two small projects. Okay. And at least one medium project. So let's count how many months this goes to. This is 3 months. This is 2 months, correct? And this is 2 months. Okay. So 3, 2, 2, that is 7 months of time you have accommodated for development in a 12-month period. Maybe you can add one more two medium projects, which goes to 4. Okay. So 7, 8, 9. Every year you need to make at least 9 projects. Let's say that you are starting new, so you will take only one project. This is realistic. On this realistic scenario, we will do one medium project, which goes to how many months? 7 months of your working time. And how many projects you have completed so far? 4 projects. Every year, if you have completed 4 projects at the max for a 3-year period, how many you would have completed? And I'm telling you, This is the minimum because we left half of the year into a maintenance phase. So this is a minimum of 4 projects per year you must have. Anything less than this is a red flag, and you cannot keep more than 18 because let's say that you are saying that I have completed very big projects 3, and I have completed very small projects of 3 and medium projects of 3. Just consider this itself is taking around 9 months. Okay, a minimum of 4 projects and a maximum of 6 projects per year. So for a 3-year time period, you can have at a minimum of 12 projects, max of 18 projects. So don't go and tell that, okay, I have deployed some 100 projects, I have deployed some 50 projects. That will not work out. Don't say that I have developed only 1 or 2 projects. Even that will not work out. Give this realistic number on the profile on the top, and you should be able to answer enough questions, and this must give you enough details on what you want to do. Okay, so that is more about durations and profile summary. Okay, so I'm going to stop the discussion at this point because this is enough for you to write and understand what details we need to have. So
Yes.
your resume should have all these keywords. Maybe you can take a screenshot if necessary. If you are missing any keyword in your resume, it means that you are missing on your jobs or important information. Okay, if you want, you can take a screenshot. These are what people will search with in your Naukri profiles or LinkedIn profiles. A profile with containing attended automation or desktop automation or advanced developer certification. These are what people will search with. Okay, so there is a template that you can follow for writing out your resume names. First thing, go with your name, Vajrang underscore UiPath underscore 10 years. Okay, dot or underscore BA or SA architect dot PDF. So name underscore your certification. You can mention advanced developer or advanced certified. Current years of experience. And what is your current role? Maybe lead or developer or senior tech lead. And the extension. Why this is important? Let's assume that all your resumes are piled up in a resume management system. And if I am searching for UiARD, it will be easy for the system to directly search for the name of the file rather than the contents of the information or contents or the information in the resume. The same goes for your Naukri profile as well. When you're mentioning your Naukri profile, headline should be your certification, years of experience, and what is your role. Mention this. These are important. Okay. And the better way of using the keywords is in Naukri profile, there is a specific place called keywords. Make sure all the keywords at the max, you add them. I think there are some around character limit. Try to identify what are your strong points and add them. Hey, amazing viewers. Hope you are loving our content. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button right now.